30 seconds and counting.
Hey, what's good, guys? It's Club City and Timmy here, back with another video. And for today's video, we're going to be talking about the Houston Texans. And the Houston Texans sent scouts today to the Ole Miss game in Liberty, or to the Ole Miss versus Liberty game. And that's pretty big. So we all know the two likely top quarterbacks to be taken in this upcoming draft. Matt Corral from Ole Miss and Malik Willis from Liberty. And the Houston Texans, I believe they sent 5 scouts to watch them today. And that's pretty big to me. I think only 16 teams or so, somewhere around that range, sent scouts, and we were one of the 16. Or actually, maybe less than 16. I don't really remember. But, yeah, the Houston Texans sent scouts today to go watch them. And that's pretty big to me. So that's saying that the Texans, they would be willing to take a quarterback if they find one fitting, / they really like him, / it's in that range where they're picking. The Texans are likely to have the top 3 pick. Pretty obvious. They're just straight up not too good of a football team. And they're probably going to have a second first-round pick this year from the eventual Deshaun Watson trade, whether it's to Miami, to Philadelphia, to Carolina, wherever he may be traded, we're going to have another first. So I would assume it's probably going to be borderline top 10 if it's like Carolina or someone like that. But if it's like Miami or Philadelphia, it's probably going to be top 10. Or at least around top 10, maybe 11 or 12 or so. And that's a range where you would probably expect to see Matt Corral or Malik Willis go. Personally, Matt Corral, I think he's the better quarterback. Not that I have anything against Malik Willis. I'm actually one of the biggest Malik Willis fans, and if you go on Twitter, you'll see all of that. I'm always hyping him up. I really appreciate his game. So I'm gonna give a comparison for both of these guys. Matt Corral, to me, he kind of looks like a Josh Allen type of guy. He is able to run. He's a powerful runner. He's very agile. Doesn't have the best of speed. He's not the fastest guy, but he's going to make guys miss, and he's going to run over people. So kind of like a Josh Allen, scrambling and throwing the ball, insane arm power, like his talent. Like, it's incredible. Today, he showed it off. They did a bunch of play action today, and they keep running the same concept, I guess. They kept running like a deep post or a Yankee route where it's one receiver on one side, the other on the other side, and they just run like a deep crossing route. Houston Texans used to run it a lot with Fuller and DeAndre Hopkins, but that's pretty much what they did today. They caught play action, did a Yankee concept, and boom, either hit one on the left or one on the right. And Matt Corral, he was just showing off his arm string like crazy today, slinging it everywhere. And let me read off his stats. Today he was 20 of 27. 324 total passing yards with 1 passing touchdown. So 324 yards. That's pretty darn good. And the pass accuracy, 20 out of 27. So, I mean, that's very, very high up there. Only had 7 incompletions. One of them, I remember off the top of my head, it was early in the first quarter. He just straight up slinged it over the guy's head. It was in the, how do you say it? It was in the, I don't really know. It was to the running back on the left. I don't know what part of the field that's called. But he threw it to the left side, kind of like around the 2 yards ahead of him maybe. And he just straight up sewed it over his head. It wasn't a good throw at all. But the rest of the incompletions, you were just a little bit behind or a little bit over. Or the receivers dropped them. I believe the receiver dropped like two passes today. So nothing. It was just a pretty good overall game by Matt Corral. Going to Malik Willis, he was 16 of 25, 173 yards, and 3 interceptions. I'm not going to give Malik too many excuses, but for one, just look at Liberty and look at Mississippi. Mississippi's a ranked team at 15. Liberty's unranked, and they're just straight up not a good football team. Offensive line, terrible. Receivers, they're not the best. Running backs, they're okay. But you can't compare the two teams. Like, you can't compare Ole Miss and Liberty. They just don't match up at all. Maybe other than quarterback. And maybe kicker and punter if you want to include that. But overall, Matt Corral obviously definitely got the overhand over Malik Willis today. Malik Willis, he wasn't terrible. he wasn't good, but he wasn't terrible. Sure, he had 3 interceptions, but one of them was very controversial. They ruled it a catch, but then the cornerback took it out of the receiver's hands kind of late. That could have been either way. So, I mean, there's that one. And the other two, one is just completely his fault. Like, I don't know what he was looking at. Like, the receiver was open, but he just threw it right into the defender's hand. I don't really know. And the third one, it was kind of late in the game. He just threw it up. He was like, hey, catch it. I mean, he just threw it up, basically. Not a Hail Mary, but he just threw it up, hoping for the best, and obviously didn't work out. But, yeah, Malik Willis, if I had to give him a comparison, I would say a slower Lamar in terms of running the football. But passing the football, he really reminds me of a Deshaun Watson. The way he's able to put the zip on the ball, the way the throwing motion, running throws on the run. He just really reminds me of Deshaun Watson and passing the football. But yeah, Matt Corral, I could definitely see him going top 7. Do I expect him to go top 7? I mean, maybe a team reaches on him or trades up for him. I'm not really too sure. If he keeps it up this year, I definitely could see a team taking him top 7. Malik Willis, personally, if I'm a Texans fan, I don't think I would touch him anywhere in the first round. Maybe late first, maybe like 28 to 32. But if it was in the second, I would definitely take him. But anywhere in the first, I'm not really too sure. Do I see the Texans taking a quarterback this year? I'm not really too sure. I think Nick Casario would probably want to stick with Davis Mills one more season, give him one more year to prove himself, and if he can't, maybe take one next year. But I also could see him taking a quarterback like maybe Matt Corral this year. Like, I don't know. There's a bunch of unknowns. Maybe Tyrod goes down again this year, or they just put Davis Mills in for a couple games. And if he shows out, I don't think we'd take a quarterback. But if he is to come in and he just plays horrendous, I could definitely see us taking one. But there's just a bunch of ifs, buts, ands, unknowns. Nobody really knows right now what the Texans are going to do. If they do end up having a top 3 pick, I don't think they go quarterback. I think they're going to go best defensive player available. And with the second first, if Matt Corral is there, maybe they take him in the second first. But, yeah. That's pretty much the video. Let me know what y'all guys think. So Matt Corral and Malik Willis, they both played off today. Matt Corral's team, Mrs. Ole Miss, they won 27-14 over Liberty. Overall, it really wasn't too close of a game. Liberty went up early. What was it? I think 24 at halftime. Then Liberty started to kind of make a comeback and then just slowed down towards the end. But yeah, as I said, let me know what y'all guys think about both quarterbacks. Would y'all like to see the Texans take a quarterback this year? Would y'all like to see Mills next year? Or would y'all like to see a quarterback in 2023? Maybe like Bryce Young or CJ Stroud or a guy like that. But yeah, that's pretty much been the video. Let me know what you guys think. It's been Clutch City Entertainment, and I hope you guys have a good day. Peace.